What's going on, guys, girls? Rob here. And the big news of the day is still so far, WWE is not caving in, and they're not giving up on having Wrestlemania. Tampa is they're in a limbo state right now because they're pretty much telling Vince, you're not having it at Raymond James Stadium. But it's not been canceled from there yet, even though they're saying they're advertising everything is right now at the Performance Center. And they're thinking about 3 other locations within the country. And you'll see why the further I go along here. And it's going to make more and more sense to you why the WWE is willing to spend the money. What's going on, Sports Time Machine? No, it's not been canceled. It has not been canceled. Right now, it's Vince won't cancel it. And I'll tell you why he won't cancel it. He has an insurance policy that will be paid directly to him in the event that a city ordinance, a state ordinance, or a federal ordinance comes through to force them to shut it down. They're already reporting that they're going to have it at the WWE Performance Center, but right now the thing of it is they have not started giving refunds for those tickets yet, and let me tell you why they haven't. And it's going to be 2 nights, but now they're talking about having it in 3 and 4 locations, empty arena, and let me tell you exactly why. Raymond James Stadium is still booked April the 5th for WWE WrestleMania. They have not taken it off the books yet. They have not, and I'll tell you why they haven't. They don't want to have to pay WWE. It's like a fine if indeed we can't if we can't rent this place out to you those dates. We not only have to pay you back the rent, we have to double back. So let's say, for instance, Vince McMahon was paying $5 million to rent Raymond James Stadium for the 5th, April the 5th. If indeed they end up being closed off by the state, by the city, or by the county, any of those 3 force their hand, they're going to have to pay them. It's like a settlement of $5 million, roughly $5 million, or it could be a little bit more if it cost them more than that to rent the stadium. Now, what is the WWE going to lose out of all this? Well, average ticket for WrestleMania this year, 2020, was $467. Not $467,000. $467 was an average ticket. Some as high as $3,000 for gold circle VIP. Some as high as $3,000. Lowest ticket was like $38 bucks. No nosebleed section. With a crowd of 70,000, that is right at or 75,000. That's $35 million just on the people putting the asses in the seats. Okay. Then each person was asked to tell how much more they average spending over the 2 and 3 day period. Counting hotel rooms and everything else, for that many people, $60 million more, which roughly probably $20 million was going toward the WWE. So probably 1/3 of the other money, merch, food, drinks, beer, WWE. And, obviously hotel was probably 40 million of it. And, now obviously Tampa, Orlando, all that area is really going to get hurt by that. So how is it going to play out? Well, last year, the WWE had 1.65 million people subscribe to the WWE network, okay, which watched WrestleMania, 1.65 million. Well, obviously, they're thinking that number is going to rise a little bit. They have very optimistic dreams, hoping that 5 million people, 5 million subscribers by April 4th. And there's no way possible, hardly, because that would be tripling. That would be tripling what they've got right now. It's not going to happen. And that, was it $10 a month? I think I read, is it 10 a month, 15 a month? I think it's 10 a month at that rate, which would, that's not a bad situation for WWE. 9 a month? Okay, 9 a month. I was thinking it was like $9.99. I didn't know. I thought it was like 10 a month, but maybe it's $8.99. So about $9 a month. Sports Time Machine says it's $9 a month. Okay. I did not know. Obviously I'm not going to watch it, but yeah. So it's 10 a month. 10 a month. I thought I'd heard somewhere. Yeah, I wrote it right here. In fact, $10 a month. So yeah, $10 a month. And if they're hoping indeed for 5 million people, I think that's probably a little bit of a jump, but we'll see. That would be 50 million right there. Pre anything owed to the cable services or to the network services online. So I don't know exactly how much they have to pay them, but normally it's somewhere around 35%. So they would still probably be looking somewhere in the estimated range of maybe 35 million. And it's a big loss. It's a big loss. Now, oh, no, it's not shabby, but the thing is they're going to lose their asses by not having anybody there. This is where the 2 nights at different locations, and what they're thinking about doing is having a match at the Performance Center, then moving it to somewhere else, come back to the Performance Center, go to somewhere else, and they're thinking about going to as many as 4 locations. Very, very smart, and I'll tell you why. I think they're thinking somewhere around the area where the WWE headquarters are. Stamford, Connecticut, somewhere in that area, maybe a small civic center. Okay? Then they're thinking about possibly going somewhere in the Midwest, possibly Chicago, maybe Detroit, maybe Minneapolis, somewhere in that area, probably Chicago. Finding a civic center small enough where it won't cost them a bundle to rent it, but yet have matches there. Then, I don't think they're going pre-tape though. They're going to try to do everything live. Then go somewhere like San Diego, Phoenix, or LA, one of those cities. Find a civic center, not a huge thing like a Forum in LA. Smaller civic centers. Smaller where they used to have wrestling, on your Friday nights 40 years ago. And the reason they're doing this, I'll tell you why they want to do it. There's so many wrestlers right now living in LA, A lot of them living in New York, and a lot of them living in the Midwest, and some are living down south, down around the Florida, Georgia areas. Travel is going to be a beast. It could be monstrous by this time. There could be even chances that they're not able to travel from point A to point B to that type of situation, which can be taken care of completely with, okay, now let's go to feed 1. Okay, now we're at the Performance Center. Feed 2, let's go to Ohio Valley Wrestling, where we used to have that at, up in Ohio. Now let's go to Stanford to the WWE Center. Now let's go out west. Let's go somewhere like in Phoenix, wherever, where some of these folks that live in Vegas, San Francisco, LA, they can go right there. They can have their wrestling matches there. Not only can they do that, but with a between a 4 and a 5 hour card, they can work out details for matches on the fly. Okay, we just got done one here at the Performance Center. Oh, okay, take it away, Ohio. They go right straight to Ohio. They have a match ready and ready to go. Whatever they're going to do. Obviously, the lack of a crowd, the lack of a pop is going to hurt. What's going on, Sean? But they've actually been requested by some of the talent not to have it. Let's postpone it. Let's put it for the fall of the year. And Vince wants nothing to do with that. I think probably it would be in their best interest to do that. Financially, it's not hurting AEW so much. AEW can have their empty arena matches on TNT. They need the publicity. They need to be seen. Each one of their new wrestlers that they're bringing out week to week to week need to be seen. Where a lot of times WWE could use a little bit of, okay, let's kind of put it behind the rug here and not have somebody out there every damn week. So it should be very interesting to see how they do things. I think personally it's in their best interest to cancel it completely or postpone it completely until the fall of the year. And they can always roll things back next year, back to April. But I think it's in their best interest to probably do that. I don't think it'll happen unless it is forced by Orlando standards that, okay, you've got this many people going to be in a building. And don't get me wrong, it won't be that many wrestlers. But when you get film crews, all this other stuff, you are starting to talk about the hundreds of, almost the thousands. I don't know how much they're going to allow, because right now, anything with a crowd in it right now, the government's stepping up saying, guess what? Break it up. There's not going to be a baseball game here. We're not going to allow Little League World Series. That's still, that they're even talking about that already, and that's in July. Saying, okay, we don't need that many people in a crowd right now together. And they're just trying to, say, not so much save face. The government's seeing what's happening in Italy, seeing what's happening in all of Europe. And we're about 2-3 weeks behind them. And it's bad over there now. The government here is trying to make it where it's not going to be as bad here as it is there. A month from now, let's see what's happening in Italy. See what's happening in Germany. Let's see what's happening in UK, England. And then they can go from there and kind of figure out, okay, if everybody does their thing, stays away from crowds, stays away from other people that they don't know, Japan Olympics not canceled yet. Uh-uh. They're not. Are they in Tokyo or are they in Hong Kong? I think you're right. I think they're in Tokyo, but they're not canceled yet. Uh-uh. So they are very optimistic. They're very, very optimistic. It's Tokyo. It's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. The Olympics, people there for the whole, for the whole in the whole country of Japan. Um, it's a lot, and we'll see what happens. But should be interesting. Um, I think I still say the WWE should cancel right now, or at least postpone and do the smart thing. I don't think it'll happen. They may be forced before it's over with, even by Orlando. If that's the case, then they'll probably end up carrying it over later in the year, which probably would be a success. Let's see. Marcus Mariota going to the Raiders. Where does that leave Derek Carr? Derek Carr could be going to New England. Who knows? Brady officially signs with the Bucs. Nick Foles traded to the Bears. That huge contract. He's traded to the Bears. Who knows what's going to happen with Trubisky now? Looks like Trubisky's probably on his way out. Kirk Cousins signs a 2-year deal to stay in Minnesota. A little bit surprising. Todd Gurley shipped, actually released outright by the Rams. The Falcons today signed him. Yeah, you're right, Tribe fan. It's a lot of things, but by that time they could have new feuds going on, and their problem is they show too many. I mean, they show too many main event matches on TV. They need to have more the scrub wrestlers, the jobbers. They need to have more of those and get whipped, but they don't do it anymore. Todd Gurley going to the Falcons. I don't see that as a big move for the Falcons. He's not an every down back anymore. If he plays 20 plays a game, it's probably more than I'm expecting. Probably anywhere from 10 to 15, maybe 18 plays a game, but it may not play that much. I have not heard the terms of the contract with Todd Gurley yet, but I'm expecting it to be a low, probably 1-2 million tops. I don't think he's going to be. I can't expect. I don't expect him to be making 4 and 5 million. But we'll see. Teddy Bridgewater, a Carolina Panther now. Cam Newton probably on his way out. And then Phillip Rivers in Indianapolis. Incentive laden for Gurley. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, he rushed for 1,000 yards last year, but really, that was the quietest 1,000 yards I've ever seen in my life. Because 2 years prior, he ran for over 2,000. So he has definitely declined big time. He went from 2,067 to like 1,400 yards to like 1,085 or something. So he has really declined over the last 2 years. It should be interesting to see what they do with Gurley. I think probably he's going to be a first and second down back, and let him kind of run a little bit, especially on first down. But Redskins should get him. Redskins don't need him. Redskins don't need that. No. But should be interesting to see what the WWE does. I don't think they're going to cancel. They may be forced to cancel, but I don't think with McMahon's attitude that he'll ever say no to money. No to money ever. We'll see what happens on that situation, that front. Yeah, we got Peterson. Peterson actually, he's run pretty good the last couple of years. I'd rather have Peterson than Gurley right now. Gurley, he just had knee surgery, and you just don't know how you're going to move around on his knee after that. He could come back, run for 1,300 yards. I don't expect it. 400 or 500 yards, probably all I'm expecting out of him this year. We'll see what happens there. Like I say, as of WrestleMania weekend last year, 2019, WWE had 1.65 million paid subscribers to the network at $10 a month. And they have released a statement that they're hoping that it's going to be as many as 5 million subscribers within 2 weeks. And right now, it's went down. It's 1.52 million. So they've went down from last year to now. They've lost lost over 100,000 subscribers, and they're hoping to triple that. So more than triple it, 1.52 up to 5 million. Yeah, that's more than triple what they got now. I'm not expecting that. 315% increase. That's a lot. That's a lot. But they're hoping that maybe if they have some of the wrestling going on near where people know the arenas and stuff. Okay, well, man, they're wrestling WrestleMania 40 miles down the street, down the highway there. Let's watch it. That's where we used to hang around as kids. Maybe that's what they're trying to do. I don't know. But right now, the Performance Center is the spot it's going to be at. For it to be officially canceled at Tampa. So they get that 3.5 million more, maybe half get free trial. That's very ambitious. Yeah, the problem with the free trials. Now, let me tell you what happens, Tribe fan. If somebody moves, let's say you move from one area to a different area, okay? And in your area, you're offered, quote unquote, Comcast, okay? I've got Comcast internet, let's say. But let's say you move 50 miles down the highway and they don't offer Comcast that anymore. You're not stuck with that contract anymore if you end up moving. So WWE is going to watch out on that deal because they got burned a lot 2 years ago when Comcast had that little bump with WWE and told them, look, we can force people to get the 1 year deal or the 18-month deal with our internet. But in the likelihood that they move, relocate, we cannot do anything if we don't offer it there, and they don't offer it every place they go. So, there's ways around it. Let's say it that way. And there's going to be people that know there's ways around it and know that after WrestleMania, if they just wanted to sit and watch WrestleMania, there's ways around not having to pay for that for the whole year or pay for it for 6 months, whatever. May not be right, but there are ways around it. And, going to grandma's house and grandma, has passed away or whatever. And then all of a sudden, okay, nobody lives there anymore. It's really not a lot they can do about it. So trust me, I've read up on it, and they got toasted 2018. They got burnt at the stake. I'm talking about WWE just for doing this. See, now they're still offering it. They're still offering it on pay-per-view this year. They're going to offer it on a straight pay-per-view basis. I've heard amounts. It's not official yet what they're going to try to get. I'm hearing $89.99. But who in the hell is going to pay $89.99 for an empty arena? I would love to see that person. $89.99. Empty arenas It could be 4.5 hours. Yeah, it could be 4.5, 5 hours, but still, $90. I'm interested in seeing what you guys say. For $90, would you sit and watch the WWE? Tribe fans, Sean, Sports Time Machine, there's no way in hell I would. I wouldn't. I'm not paying $10 to watch it, but I'm just saying, who out there would pay $89.99 to be able to watch it on their television? Where you don't have to worry about the internet kind of flipping off and stuff for you. You get it straight on a pay-per-view basis on your straight to your TV. No way, Jose. Oh wait, he's a WWE character. Yeah, no way I would, Tribe fan. No way. Not a chance. I don't even know of the tightest WWE fans that would pay $90. I really don't. But they've really lost a lot of people over the last year, a little over 14 months, I guess. They have really lost viewership, and they were hoping that Fox was going to cure it, and it hasn't. It has not done anything for them. AEW may not be doing the numbers they were hoping for, but they've already been extended. Bars were open and could offer it. Still not sure I'd go to a bar and say, no way I would either. And the thing is, if a bar had to choose between WrestleMania or Fury Wilder 3 or Fury whoever fight, they would pick that fight first. There's no doubt about it. The Fury fight last time, the Fury Wilder fight, really drew a lot of interest and a lot of folks. It's the biggest fight they've had on pay-per-view in what did they say, 23 years? I think it was 23 years. That's a lot. You think about it. It drew a big amount of people. And Tyson Fury has that way about him that people like it. And that's in the handbasket right there. That's what you need in order to draw a big crowd. You got to have somebody with the right amount of I don't know what whether it's just it's not that he is an egotistical guy. He's just friendly. He's friendly on the screen, and people like that. And so I think it's kind of the way I see things. WWE. Let's see if they end up folding up or being forced to fold up for WrestleMania. I don't think Vince will do it, but I think they could still be forced to not have it just due to the crowds and stuff. My name's Rob. Thanks for joining my channel. Thanks for watching. We'll maybe try to have some soccer later on. Till I see you again, God bless. Have a safe weekend. Be safe. Stay inside. Or if you're going outside, don't be around a lot of folks. God bless and have a great one.